All right, everybody. I just wanted to go over a little bit of my Star Wars The Old Republic rating stuff that I've got as I am trying to get my YouTube channel happy for you guys again. I really love sharing some of my gaming stuff. I love teaching people and sharing my knowledge, something I've always liked. So let's head on over to where I've been doing my Star Wars content, which is my Twitch, twitch.tv/Draem, Draemn. And under here, I've gone under videos and all videos. And so some of these are probably should save because I'm going to lose some, but oh well. So I've got my Nightmare or Master Mode Tear from Beyond progression. So we were doing Riding Tear on this one. I've got just a random group I run on Wednesdays, trying to take them into Duxon on Veteran Mode or Hard Mode. We've got some other videos I've recorded. So let's scroll on down. So here's my Dungeon Defenders content. There's a bit of a gap between when that was 8 years ago and 5 months. So here we've got Master and Blaster Phase 1 and 2 tanking. So we're going to go through. I've got a few of the different operations we've done and cleared. Now, I don't actually think I've recorded everything, which is a bit of a bummer that I've missed out on some of it. But so we're going to start watching. I've got it set to mature audiences. So this is just a general like, hey, this is what I was doing when I was learning the fight. Here's one of my earlier ones. I've got some star parse overlays up. This is the raid threat there. That's why that's a window you might not be used to seeing. It's using the program star parse when doing complicated raiding. So this boss, he does his knockback. We're going to do a tank swap on every single time he does the Ravager's Ultra Scatter Blast, which is also his knockback. That huge giant conal. I'm using the unremitting on my utility tree to avoid knockback 4 seconds within 4 seconds after leaping to an enemy. So that's why I don't get sent flying, whereas the shadow tank there, they get sent flying. You will notice a little bit about the positioning here. It's very important. We're watching for these gold circles to spawn in. None of these gold circles are going to be where I'm getting knocked back, so I'm staying on this edge. And see the angle that I put myself at to make sure that I don't get knocked into the electric fence and that I safely land at the back of the platform back there. So it's a little bit bigger. All right, there we go. Now we're talking. So this is all of phase one as the Guardian tank who's going to be tanking Blaster. This is probably the hardest phase to deal with just because of how frequently you're tank swapping and how frequently you're watching to see which side of the map we have to face him towards. As I got better, I started calling out for my team when they needed to move, when they didn't. Of course, they have to learn how to watch for it themselves because sometimes I can't call as quickly. So now we're going to see that we have to move him to a different side uh, because the pattern's the way they are. But because I can take the knock back, I don't know, the other person taunted, everybody moved, I screwed it up. Well, so the other tank took it, we recovered. But I should have been on this side, is the moral of that story. Now you want to be careful not to go too far to my right on the screen there, because I could have potentially knocked other people off the map. So this big circle means we're transitioning into phase two. Phase two, extremely simple. I think it's every 23 seconds or 27 seconds that he does his knockback. You'll notice that I stop really close to a line on the ground. I'm actually a little further than 10 meters. I'm at 13. I want to do that leap in. And basically, I'm going to attack for, I don't know, about 10 GCDs at most before I'm going to back up. You're going to easily maintain threat here. You're not super worried about your DPS. Yes, it's nice as you get better to put out more DPS. But the important thing is I don't want to take that knockback. It really makes it a lot easier on my healers. That time you can see I line myself up with the line on the map, which is a really good visual indicator of when you're far enough to leap and staying as close to your healer as possible. Now, there's lots of damage you take on this fight. You're going to be taking damage from his regular blaster cannons, which hurt quite a bit. For whatever dumb reason, you can't reflect those. Pisses me off. You can't, but you cannot. So, reflect isn't a very useful defensive. I generally time any defensive use for when he does the Ravager's Ultra Scatter Blast, the big knockback, because that's a predictable spike damage that you can time. And you're also taking a lot of damage during this part, the Reign of Pain. So I like to use any of my abilities that provide defensive capabilities, such as my Saber Strike, my Riposte, my Blade Barrage. And as you can see, I'm just making sure that I'm finding ways to get out of that area of impact, the red. zone from the, oh, it's not called carpet bombs. So, and then we all died. Oh well. And some of my Twitch videos, I don't know if it's a Firefox issue or whatever. Sometimes it's like I'm going along with the video and then suddenly it's just like it just skips ahead. Oh, weird. Now I actually got to see. That was really weird. So yeah, that was the basic, like it's there. I don't have a voice explanation on it, but that's why I'm doing this video right now. I thought I'd go over through some of those and just kind of see how it feels, giving you guys some new content as well. And in the near future, I'd like to actually start going back through some of these videos to be able to do a little bit more of an in-depth tutorial. If you've ever looked at Merlin SWTOR, his YouTube channel, I love the way he does his video guides, high production quality. He does a great job. It's definitely not something that I'm going to be doing at that level. He's got me beat. Great channel, but I still thought it'd be great to give out some of the in-depth analysis of how I'm doing stuff.